We did a thing in South Korea. It was one hell of an adventure. It all took place in Seoul, South Korea, which is an insane city that almost feels like a country by itself. The people are super stylish, there's a lot of really nice cars. So having the opportunity to work, build and drive one of our bikes over here was a once in a lifetime experience. I received a call from a guy from South Korea that had seen one of our builds and really wanted us to build a bike for him. So we went back and forth a little bit to figure out what was the best way to get a bike from our shop in the Netherlands to his place in South Korea. We ended up building the bike over here. We completely took it apart, boxed it up and ended up shipping it to South Korea piece by piece. The plan was to transfer all the parts built over here onto a bike that was already in South Korea. Our client arranged a workshop for us run by a really cool dude called John Bok, who had a huge passion for old Harley Davidsons, and he actually already put the boxes inside. So when we arrived and we walked in, we could see that some of the boxes took a pretty bad beating, and we thought hopefully everything is okay, so we unpacked it, checked everything out, and luckily everything was fine. Everything seemed to be there. So yeah, it's time to start the assembly. Usually builds like these at least take a couple of months, but this time we only had 7 days, which is pretty nerve-wracking. Then add the fact that you're on the other side of the world, you don't have your own tools and limited access to spare parts. So yeah, there's little room for error. It was just the two of us doing the assembly, and we had done this plenty of times before. So we could basically do this build with our eyes closed. Since we had to ship more than 1,000 parts and that make up the entire build, it is incredibly easy to forget or lose one of those parts. And while assembling the front side of the bike and trying to fit the front wheel, we figured out that we were missing one of the 2 spacers that keeps the wheel in the center of the bike. So we got stuck. We were lucky that Jumbo was there, because he had a lathe in his shop and this guy is an artisan, like I said before. So I showed him the piece that we were missing and instantly he got to work and he copied it one-on-one. It wasn't even a challenge for him. He did everything by hand without any digital instruments. It was insane. So before we knew it, we were back to work thanks to John Bok. The rest of the assembly went pretty smooth. The bike was looking great. I'm on cloud 9. We were gonna finish this bike before the deadline. So we were getting ready to hit the streets, to experience Seoul. Our camera guy had his birthday that night, so we wanted to celebrate, and everything was looking great. Or at least, I thought. It still hurts when I think about it. It was such an incredibly sad moment with everyone that was working on the bike. Somehow I managed to mix up the gas tank with the wrong one after the client requested a last-minute paint job change. Since paint jobs aren't cheap and we just finished a really nice one, I decided to get a new tank, fenders, the whole shebang, so we didn't have to paint over the other paint job. In some sort of way I managed to take a K100 tank from all the spare tanks that we have in the shop instead of a K1100 tank. These tanks look identical, and to be entirely honest, before Korea I had no idea that they were different. A new paint job takes 2 weeks, shipping takes a week. There's no way that that's an option. So what the hell do you do in a situation like this on the other side of the world with such high expectations from the people around you? I really wish there was another way, but there really wasn't, and I decided to take a hammer and make the tank fit the frame the hard way. We would never ever deliver a bike like this because it doesn't resonate with our quality at all. But we needed to be 100% sure that the bike worked and was able to hit the street, and as crazy as it sounds, it worked. Like I said, we would never ever deliver a bike like this, so when we got back to the Netherlands, we instantly arranged a new tank, did all the paint job. Jumbok was already aware that he was supposed to swap the tank, so eventually the build would be how it's supposed to be. Whenever you're building something and it looks good, it looks the way you intended to, even though there are setbacks along the way, the feeling is fantastic. We did the impossible and I loved it. I'm so happy.
Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up, get up and go. I stay ready for more. Go to the top, so I level the score. Never gon' quit. Heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself, ain't time
I want to thank the client for giving us this opportunity, Jumbok for using his workshop, and everyone else involved. Yeah, it was a fantastic trip.
Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up, get up and go. I stay ready for more. Go to the top, so I level the score. Never gon' quit. Heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself, ain't time, no drip. Give me the loot. Word on my palm at the top of the game. Still unashamed, on the plane. Took all the L's and I rose from the pain. Can't have the sun without seeing the rain.